My name is Harriet Adong, and I come from Uganda. It's a privilege to speak after my fellow Ugandan has spoken. I'm happy to be here with you this morning. I come from an organization known as Foundation for Integrated Development. We are a community-based organization that operates in the post-conflict northern Uganda that has been affected by war for the last 20 or so years. Today I'm going to speak about the golden tree. I know somebody asked me, what does the golden tree mean? How many of you use the shea butter for your hair, for your skin? Shea butter. I'm going to arrest all of you because you're all committing a crime.
Oh no.
Yes, so shea butter comes from this amazing tree. If you didn't know, this tree is a tree that protects the environment. It serves human beings. It protects our motherland. It feeds the people. It's one tree that has over 10 usage for medicine, for food, for oil, for charcoal, for logs. You people use logs in your warming your houses, not so. It all comes from this tree. It is one tree that takes care of everybody. This tree is in almost every part of the northern Uganda, particular communities. And in most of the cases where we work at the hard-to-reach communities, which are having the hardest challenges around land conflict, but also natural resource conflict. This community represents the Karamajo. It's an indigenous community, and the community of the Langi, where I come from. As a country, Uganda had the best forest cover, but as you can see, we are losing it each and every day. Why? Because people are logging these trees and cutting the tree, as you can see there, and using it for different things, for charcoal and for logs. For every part of a house, of a community, everyone had so many trees for shea nut butter, for shea nut trees. But as you can see, of the acres, we're now seeing a reduction of about 10 to 15 trees, which is a very, very big loss for us as a community. Imagine a country or a community that is still having scars of war and then now experiencing the realities of climate change. That is a whole toll of experience for a community. As an organization, this tree culturally is called the Yao tree. So Otem is a community engagement. It's an indigenous practice where we call it the community fireplace. We hold conversations and dialogues at the community fireplace under that same tree. As you can see, those trees there. I'm not sure how this works, but yeah. So we hold these conversations under this tree because we believe this tree is a place where our great-great-grandparents used to have conversations to bring back communities. So it's a place where we still hold onto our hearts, even if it's becoming extinct, but it's still a place that we treasure because it means so much to us. If we destroy us, then we are going to lose so many of our indigenous practices because we have a place where we sit to have conversations. This place is led by women, youth, elders. Everybody is a part of this conversation at the fireplace. We engage with indigenous communities to hold music. We use folktale to tell our stories, to mobilize communities. For us, we use our traditional songs to raise awareness about what is being done in this community against these trees, but also how land conflicts are contributing to reinventing the conflict that we think we have left behind 20 years ago, but it's again resurfacing because of fight for natural resources and also the destruction of these trees. Through our work, we've also contributed to integrating technology. So what we do, we go around the communities and document communities that are being destroyed, and we come back and show the community during the fireplace. So you can see a small computer up there. So we call it our, we have like a bicycle. You have a bicycle because there is no power. So we just have to make sure we have enough power on the laptop to show the community what is being done and how the community is being destroyed. So we gather and watch it, and after that we have conversations around which communities are hotspot and what people in those different communities have to do. We have trained and challenged narratives. We have a system we call the clan system, which is very patriarchal, headed by men, no women. But we challenge that by challenging this system and ensuring that we now have the female clan leaders. Those women are part of this space who are challenging the system and saying this land is ours because this tree is protected by the women. So they're taking leadership and training their other fellow women to be at the forefront. So we're building agency and voice for these women to take part in decision-making processes, not just to be heard, but to take action. So these clan women leaders have so far, we have over 200 of them who are in different villages doing the work that we trained them to do. In terms of adoption, we continue to empower the community and create what we call the village hubs, or the indigenous village hubs, where we are planting, getting seedlings, and making sure that we replant this seed we have the seeds of the tree. This tree takes over 100 years, by the way. It takes 100 years. So imagine how many years will this tree come back to life. So these trees, we give them both the indigenous tree, but also we give them seedlings for other alternative trees, so that the community can have different trees that they can use for charcoal or for food as well, so that they protect this share nut tree. We also train them on making alternative fire sources, like briquettes, but also making energy-saving energy stoves, which are low cost, so that the community protects the share nut tree and uses these other alternatives to support their households. I believe that we cannot do anything if we do not embrace locally led climate actions. Me and you have a role to play. For us, it might be the share nut. I don't know what yours is. But at the end of the day, we have the responsibility to protect that belongs to us. It could be your rainfalls, forests. It could be your rivers. I don't know. But all I know is that if we do not take on locally led actions, we are not going to do the best. We're not going to protect this Mother Earth, because Mother Earth wants us, and it is crying. She is crying for help. So I believe that through our work, we continue to contribute to changing our community, to challenge the narrative, to bring peace in our communities. The tree is helping us to rebuild our community, to rebuild our livelihoods, to empower women to have a livelihood so that they do not depend on this tree, because after conflict, everybody comes back. My colleague shared about the population. It is too big that everybody is fighting for these natural resources. And the best they can do is destroy this. We have land grabbers, we have investors who come and destroy and take away people's land in the name of investment. They've destroyed this tree because they want to make money out of it at the expense of the community. Today, I call all of you, we are allies, we're change makers, we are visionaries, but at the end of the day, we are Mother Earth protectors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harriet. So for this, you think